Take this color.
The green that says requisition letter.
Requisition.
Yeah.
Then you go next. Appointment letter for inspection and acceptance committee.
For Hansard purposes, just to introduce yourself.
My name is Abdullah Hassan, Director Supply Chain.
Okay.
So next is appointment letter for inspection and acceptance committee.
Is that specific to elders?
The appointment, yes. You know, we have 6 sub-counties in Wajir.
No, we are just saying we want to test one facility to confirm that the requisition was done and the order was fulfilled, and if that evidence is there, we can just take one sample.
Chair, if you look at the appointment letter for inspection and acceptance committee, the first letter is for elders, Wajir West and Wajir North sub-county hospitals. That is the appointment.
Okay.
Then next is inspection and acceptance for the same. It's there. The inspection committee signed the certificate for elders, Wajir West and Wajir North sub-county. Then you go to stock control cards. That is the bin cards, which act as a control point for us. Then you move ahead. There is red. Is this pinkish or this elders sub-county now? Move from the stock control cards all the way to the red. Yes, alas, the store ledgers. The store ledgers shows how goods were received in the stores.
Just a minute. On the inspection and acceptance committee report.
Yes.
You've got inspection and acceptance certificate.
Yes, for three elders, Wajir West and Wajir North, and Wajir East.
What's a contract delivery due date?
For the inspections.
On that inspection and acceptance certificate.
Contract due date is 3rd June 2024.
Is that within the period under review?
Yes. The file
2024-2025. When does it start? On 1st of July 2024. Yes. This is a contract of the prior financial year.
Yes, but it was paid in that financial year, the auditing.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've got 87 million on one inspection and acceptance certificate, 85 million in the next one.
And totaling to 172 in the audit query.
So auditor, the 172 related to this specific facility, or it was the 167 facilities across Wajir?
Thank you, Chair. The 172 related to consolidated order for various facilities, which could be 167 facilities within Wajir. So
that gentleman is explaining one facility, 87 plus 85. Is it then a fact that that fully accounts for the 172?
Yes, Chair.
So in your view, it was only one facility?
No, this is not one facility. This is for Wajir County.
In your inspection and acceptance certificate, you've got 2.
Yes, Chair.
One value of supply is 87. The other one is 85. Is that the requisition from KEMSA?
Chair, the 85 million is for elders, Wajir West and Wajir North.
That's a requisition coming from KEMSA?
Yes.
Which we don't have a problem with, because I think, as the governor has explained, yes, it's fairly foolproof. Now, the evidence of distribution.
It's there, Chair.
Where is it?
County.
Where is it?
Per sub-county. For example, Allah sub-county.
Yeah, just take us there.
Red, they look at this reddish, Allah sub-county.
Where would it be on your, because you've got a lot of pages. How do we get there?
Immediately, you move from stock control cards, that's the bin cards. Then the next, you go to, we have now divided them into sub-counties. Allahs, we started with Allahs.
Okay, so explain to us.
Chair, in Allah sub-county, we have annexed ledgers. and counter received vouchers S13.
Officer, you can explain that?
You can explain the first document, which is something what is dispensed.
What do you say?
The first document, the first one,
والعدد dispensary is in Allah sub-county. Yes.
So, yeah, the first column there is the date, yeah? Okay. So if you link that with the inspection, so the inspection happened on 3rd of June. So you are saying
for Adda it happened 5th. The S13 it is 5th.
So what is that there? 100
June.
shillings.
Yeah.
In that column, there is 100 shillings there.
This is per drug. The price cost for per drug.
So what was being delivered?
There's unit cost, there's quantity, and there's value.
And the drug, what's the drug? What is the drug? I just want to understand that form.
Officer?
Just see at the top of the form, it's indicated there. Adrenaline, it's at the top of the form.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline 1 mg stroke ml.
Yes.
So the quantity is what? Have you understood?
The quantity is, they are 10, they are written 10 in number.
10.
In number. The drug is adrenaline 1 mg ml.
Okay, officer, going down to total receipts, less total issues, that stock control part, it's all blank. Should it be blank? The bottom of that particular the one Senator Morgan is referring to? I mean, just tell us what is the authenticity of what you have given us? And authenticity would mean signed by somebody, owned by somebody.
Yes.
Because this can be filled under a tree.
Not sure.
No, just show me how you authenticate this for us to take it as evidence.
First and foremost, it has a serial number. Look at the serial number. What are the dispensary?
I don't think serial number authenticates. Authentication means the person making the entry takes responsibility by signing.
Yes.
Where is a signature so that we know who's the person responsible here?
It's called Arafat.
Where is that?
Arafat.
Where is that indicated?
Look at the receiving officer, beside the signature.
Where?
Put the S13, look at the S13. No.
Don't take us to S13 because you have separated them, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why you've got your S13 is a counter receipt voucher.
Yes.
Yeah, so before we go to the counter receipt voucher, we are on the ledgers.
Ledgers.
How do you authenticate the ledgers? Because none of it is signed. What we have are just entries, handwritten entries.
Chair, ledgers are not signed.
Sorry?
Ledgers are not signed.
So how do you authenticate? How do you authenticate them?
Authenticate this because every facility has one attached ledger book with a serial number.
So, if I may ask, was this the same person filling all this?
No, it's not the same person. It's not the same person.
Because I thought it's one person because the handwriting looks like it's just one person.
Okay,
So
then maybe you need to relate it to the S13. Maybe it will help us understand. What we are trying to dispel is any notion that maybe some team would sit under a tree and fill forms. So your responsibility is to confirm that that is not what happened.
Chair, I'm under oath and I can confirm.
You're not under oath, it's a governor under oath.
Sorry.
Your confirmation is by the documents here. Just take us to the document that gives us that assurance. As I said, we are not going to look at the 167 facilities.
Yes.
We'll just pick one and run a test on it.
For this, for Adi Chair, if you look at the receiving officer, that's a name of the person who received, signature, designation, and date.
That is on the S13.
S13, yes.
So all the S13s you have tendered there for elders, what do they total to? How much of the 172 million was received by elders?
Of elders. The total elders received is 15,300,000.
Where is that in your records?
In the summary.
Where is the summary?
They did not request yet, Chair.
You knew you were coming here to provide evidence that 172 million worth of pharmaceuticals was distributed to facilities properly. That's the issue. We are not coming to question whether the procurement from KEMSA was proper. That's not the issue. And I mean, if you are to focus on that, would be pedantic. Our concern is that the 172 million was received in public hospitals and was not diverted to private hospitals. That's what we are trying to establish. And I think the governor must have understood that well, because in his written response, he has said that there are records that provide evidence of receipt, custody, distribution, and issuance of medical supplies to the intended facilities. So just speaking elders, you are saying that in total it was 15 million, yes. And we are asking where is that evidence in the file?
Chair, I was relying with the audit query, which lump sum put 172 million. Then in that 172 million, we had two vouchers, which is in the inspection, one is 89 and the other one is 85. So I was trying to support in line with the query.
We don't have a big problem with the distribution and the arrangement with KEMSA.
Yes.
Our problem is, did the facilities receive the pharmaceuticals? And the pharmaceuticals they received, do they tie to the 172 million that came from KEMSA? It's as simple as that.
Yes.
So give us that evidence, give us that assurance, and we can move on.
Chair, the evidence is in front of you. We have the ledgers, we have the S13, we have the appointment letter for the inspection, we have the requisition, and the inspection certificate signed by the appointed committee members.
Auditor General, because I said when we started that we are not doing the audit today.
Yes.
The audit ended when the OAG brought the report on 31st of December. Can you give us an assurance that the 167 facilities in Wajir received Medicaid pharmaceuticals, and the pharmaceuticals they received, the total ties to the 172 that came from KEMSA? Are you able to give that assurance, or do we ask the county to provide that information?
Chair, as the auditors, we can only give what is called reasonable assurance, but not absolute assurance. So maybe I'll pass the ball to the governor. Thank you, Chair.
Governor?
And Chair, I've explained the process of consolidating requisitioning. And once the requisitions are consolidated, an LSO is given for what is required of KEMSA in totality, but with a breakdown of how much will go directly to every facility. So the packaging takes that into account. And that's why it's a last mile delivery. Once that reaches there, the KEMSA person also, because has to demand for payment, has to ensure that the facility in charge signs a delivery note. It is not expected, it's not rationally expected, and I must say this, that the bin cards or the store ledgers for every facility, because these are not things you carry away, they are per product and they are kept at the facility, will be kept at the headquarters. They are at the facility. So it's up to the auditor to say, I need proof of this delivery for this product, for this facility. Then we provide the delivery note from the facility so requested, because you're talking about 167 facilities that have received products directly. And if they want to know at what stage of consumption there is, then we give copies of the bin cards. So when we saw that comment, what my people did is now they asked the store people, the facility in charges in every facility, to send the bin cards of every single facility. So I think unless the auditor says, I need this particular thing in this particular form, this is our response. I don't know how else to explain.
It is not what the auditor wants, it is what the Senate wants. What the Senate requires is clear evidence that 172 million worth of pharmaceuticals and non-pharmaceuticals that were procured from KEMSA reached the intended facilities. That's all. That's our concern. Sitting here, we have seen cases where in a very foolproof exercise, counties procure, counties get medication, but that medication goes to private hospitals. That is the suspicion that we must allay. And so what you must do, as your officer says, that there is no summation of deliveries to the respective facilities, you must provide a summation that accounts for that 172 that will then be supported by the ledgers and the S13s that have been attached here. Sitting as a Senate, that's the most we can do. We cannot go through every single S13 or every single ledger. So provide a summation of the deliveries out of the 172